Maturity, a product of life experience, not age. Maturity is often mistaken for a milestone tied to age, but in reality, it's a complex tapestry woven from life experiences, challenges, and self-reflection. While society sets arbitrary markers, like 18 as the legal threshold for adulthood, true maturity doesn't adhere to a calendar. It's forged in the crucible of hardship, insight, and the gradual shedding of naive assumptions. Age doesn't guarantee wisdom, and youth doesn't preclude it. Age is just a number. The notion that turning 18, 21, or even 40 automatically confers maturity is a myth. Legal adulthood grants rights and responsibilities, signing contracts, facing criminal trials, or making life-altering decisions, but it doesn't ensure emotional or intellectual depth. Teenagers minted as adults at 18 often feel they've cracked the code to the world. They test boundaries, seek their place in social hierarchies, and assert control, believing they've shed childhood's constraints. Yet, many lack the perspective to navigate life's gray areas. This isn't unique to youth. Plenty of people in their 60s or 70s cling to petty grudges, gossip, or selfish behaviors, hallmarks of immaturity that persist despite decades of life. Conversely, those who face trauma or adversity young often mature faster. A child who grows up in a turbulent home, grappling with loss, abuse, or responsibility beyond their years, learns early to see through society's bullshit. They develop a keen sense of human nature, recognizing hypocrisy, manipulation, or fleeting trends for what they are. This accelerated growth isn't universal, but it's common among those forced to confront life's raw edges early. The long road to maturity. In my observation, most people don't approach true maturity until their late 30s or early 40s. It takes decades for the mind and heart to settle, to move beyond the frivolous pursuits, chasing status, fleeting pleasures, or validation that dominate younger years. This isn't a hard rule. Some never get there, while others arrive sooner. Maturity shows in self-awareness, emotional regulation, and the ability to prioritize long-term meaning over short-term gratification. It's less about what you've done and more about how you've processed it. Life experience is the crucible. Each setback, failed relationships, career stumbles, personal betrayals offers a chance to reflect and grow. Those who learn from these moments, who question their assumptions and adapt, inch closer to maturity. Those who don't, regardless of age, remain stuck in cycles of impulsivity or self-deception. The paradox of young adults. Society's treatment of 18-year-olds highlights a contradiction. Globally, 18 is the age of adulthood, recognized for voting, contracts, criminal responsibility, even producing adult content. Yet, some dismiss these young adults as children, infantilizing their choices or shielding them from consequences. This sends a mixed message. You're accountable, but not really. It undermines the very autonomy that fosters growth. Treating 18-year-olds as incapable delays their ability to learn from mistakes, a cornerstone of maturity. At the same time, a subset of young people, often amplified online, exudes a false maturity. They proclaim their opinions as ultimate truth, cloaking their inexperience in moral superiority or virtue signaling. This isn't maturity, it's arrogance born of limited perspective. Harassing others for living authentically or policing behavior under the guise of righteousness reveals a lack of empathy and self-awareness, qualities that only come with time and hard-won lessons. The irony is stark. Those loudest about their maturity often have the least. Redefining maturity. Maturity isn't a destination but a process, uneven and deeply personal. It's not about hitting a certain age or checking off life's boxes, marriage, kids, career. It's about how you handle the messiness of existence. Do you learn from pain? Can you let go of ego? Do you value others' perspectives without needing to dominate? These are the markers of a mature mind, and they come from wrestling with life, not just surviving it. The 18-year-old testing their place in the world isn't a child, but they're not fully formed either. The elder throwing tantrums isn't wise just because they're old, and the young person preaching online, blind to their own flaws, isn't mature. They're just loud. True maturity transcends age, rooted in the courage to face life's truths and the humility to keep learning. In the end, it's not the years that make you mature, it's what you do with them. By Scott Young, aka Sinfamous Gamer,